On the table today, we are going to be constructing LEGO Star Wars, the Book of Boba Fett, Boba Fett's throne room, and we might even see a Rancor chop a Gamorrean Guard in half. Oh, hey everybody, this is Dan. Thank you for watching Squirrel Stampede, and there is a lot to build. This mighty Jabba's old palace, now constructed into Boba Fett's throne room. Very interesting, especially if you've been following along with the Book of Boba Fett. There should be several details inside to build that will match back to the show, and just some interesting old school features of Jabba's palace. Very interesting to construct today and find out all the little details inside. And of course, if that Rancor under the table is really as ferocious as it may seem, because it's quite loud down there. Anyhow, let's begin the construction of Boba Fett's throne room.
Squirrel Stampede! Please squike, squirmint,
and Squirrel Live.
So there we have set number 75326, Boba Fett's throne room, 732 pieces, with Boba Fett, Fennec, Bib Fortuna, Thielen, Dancer, Quarren, a Gamorrean Guard, and a Weequay Guard. And on the back of the box, several of the fun features this will be holding. Inside the box, one booklet of instructions, a small sheet of stickers, bag 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 will build you a throne room. I hope it has a water bottle feeder for the squirrels. Let's get constructing. constructed, we have Boba Fett's throne room. I said Boba Fett's throne room. Boba Fett. Sorry, party at the Sarlacc. Okay, now we have things more in order. So the construction set is obviously heavily themed after the front throne room setting, with a few various other rooms and features throughout. One of the first things that I was really curious about is, does it really feel like Jabba's old palace, the building? The giant roundish dome building that we see in both Return of the Jedi and the Book of Boba Fett. I don't believe the box does the best job of showing this structure. Again, obviously because we're looking at the throne of Boba Fett, we have these side wings that do kind of move. You can either have them flat straight or turned at a right angle. I, for some reason, thought they were going to flip all the way in, but they do not, which is kind of interesting. I wonder if I can change that myself a little bit. I kind of would like them to flip in. From this angle over here, you kind of get a little bit of a reminiscent structure of the giant roundish building, but not too much. You get maybe the front doors there or maybe a side door. It's pretty small, but it does have that "you want a Twinkie" guy at the front window, so you know that could be the front door. The back is pretty plain, although I like how they added this little red snake. And from this side you get kind of a roundish building look. I like how they designed the roof there with the caged windows up top reset in. I think that turned out really nice. But pretty much all around, hard to make it feel like that giant building we're so accustomed to seeing. But again, I think the main feature is supposed to be the throne room. And when you get on in close to the throne room, that part of it looks pretty cool. Here we have Boba Fett sitting up onto the Rancor throne, which is funny, I never really noticed the Rancor details on the side of the chair there. By the way, I almost destroyed this sticker, having to replace it once. We have a little grading plate here for pretend that the Rancor is down below. I think what really could have added to this set though would be a nice central table we could have placed down here for everyone to sit at. Maybe that's something I'm going to have to custom. So we have the little throne here, and if you wish to knock Boba off the throne now...
I have returned from my throne.
Well, if Bib's arrow had worked a little bit better, he would have knocked Boba back out of the chair with this nice little chair feature. In fact, Boba didn't even want to be knocked out of the chair. So a fun little action feature there. And we can remove the throne and get back in behind it now. So there's quite a bit of detail behind the throne that we don't really get to see on the box. We have Boba's credit storage down here. He's got a couple bars of something and a couple weapons. I would have thought he would have a few more treasures. Oh, there's one back here. There's a nice crystal thing back in that case, and some Rancor bones in this little case. And then we have the kitchen behind him, which pretty much demonstrates this set's most colossal failure with not including the kitchen droids. What is that, General Clevius? The droid with all the cleaver arms? Had this set had that droid, I think it would have been 100% perfect. I believe we can kind of pop out this part. You can see on the back wall there is some kitchen detail with a pot and a bottle and a few other interesting security zone features, which is kind of episode specific. And then there's this awesome rotating chicken leg roast. But again, missing Darth General Clevis really would have been an extra special feature to enhance this build. But I was surprised to see all the features behind the throne. I didn't really see that on the first viewing of the box and some of the things on the guide, so I was pleasantly surprised they did add in some of those details. Then over for the side structures, we have a Quarren just sitting there at a table. One of the reasons I also really like this set is I had built the giant Mos Eisley build, and anything kind of Tatooine is fun to capture and collect. We have a door over here. How does the door work? I can't remember. We've got some stairs that knock a character down, and the door, how do we lift the door feature? It's kind of a manual thing. This keypad never works. I think the best thing to do is grab this I want a Twinkie droid guy, and you grab the back end of the rod and you lift up, thus lifting the door up and down. I thought maybe there'd be a slider feature somewhere to help you lift and close this door. There's the Twinkie guy from up top. And then just kind of drop down. Nice little extra. Again, not at all the size of the door that you would expect for Jabba's palace, Boba Fett's throne room, but there it is. I'm really not sure how we're going to fit Slave 1 into the palace. It's going to be really tight. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. There is Micro Slave 1. Micro Slave 1 has made it inside the building. This is Ben Ultra 21's advent calendar. Micro Boba Fett Slaves 1. I just had to throw that in there. There it goes. Taking a closer look at the many minifigures of this build, there's some pretty cool figures. Of course, minus the Clevis General. There's a Weequay Guard right there. Pretty basic, no headpiece, but with a blaster. Then the Quarren here. I don't think I ever collected a minifigure of this alien type, so that's pretty cool. A Thelan Dancer is pretty nice too. I like the toes on her figure. Her toes are sticking out on her feet, so I like that a lot. And great pink hairpiece on this one. So a real fun figure there. Only one Gamorrean Guard, unfortunately, but I like how it's styled pretty much after the Return of the Jedi minifigure, not with the big green belly sticking out. I just did not like that with Boba Fett's Gamorrean Guards. This is a little more classic, so I like that one quite a bit. There's Bib again. He does not come with that bow. I don't know where he got that bow. But Bib is a nice figure, just the way his tendrils wrap around his head. And Fennec is here. For some reason, Fennec doesn't look exactly right. Maybe it's her hair, it's a little bit too curly. But she is an important figure, obviously, to have in this set. So there's Fennec. And she even has a more smirky side of a face, if you can imagine that. Oh, and I just realized the back side does open up. I am so silly. Did I even build this? I know, I thought I did. Look at there. That's how you open the back side to get to the kitchen. Now we don't have to worry about removing this great little chicken platform. And you can actually have and recreate that security breach into the kitchen scene, but without General Clevis. He would be standing right there. It'd be so perfect. So I don't know if there's any future plans from LEGO Disney to get that minifigure released in a secondary set. I really hope so. Maybe they didn't want to spoil that scene. Also, that little mouse rat droid guy that they chased around. I mean, how happened there? How did they miss all that? I guess it's the same way I missed opening the back side there. So that opens up, and that's how we get to around the front. So as a whole, it's a pretty complete throne room build. It's definitely themed after the Room of Throne, with a little bit of palace design. It had me thinking about the original a little bit, bringing out the old LEGO Star Wars Visual Dictionary. Back in the day, 2012, they had Jabba's Palace, and it was a set you had to buy in two sections. The first Jabba's Palace, set number 9516, had the top portion of his palace with Jabba's throne room and a few other great details. And then the next year they released set number 75005 with the Rancor dungeon down below, and you'd place them on top of one another. Great build. That was one of those sets I really wish I could go back in time and pick that up into a collection. I'm surprised. I remember almost picking it up, and it really gets to me to this day. Oh, Salacious Crumb too. So that set, the way it stacked up, gave you a better look at the giant palace structure, whereas this set kind of gives you more of a detailed look of the inside, the throne room, and some of the things going on that we saw with the episodes. I should also add that I wish they included a Rancor even with this build. Maybe I'm asking for too much. I don't have a LEGO Rancor, but I do have my old school Action Fleet Rancor with opening mouth. It's almost perfect scale to LEGO, so let's get this old, ancient Action Fleet toy out real fast. So ladies and gentlemen, fresh from the year 1996, it's the Micro Machines Rancor. Perfect scale for this, I believe. Close enough. Hopefully there'll be more sets available with Rancors in the future. Right, there we go. Now we have some fun, although I don't know if the Rancor's mouth will be wide enough to eat a guard. If I recall, it opens and closes with the move of the arm here, and no, Lego Man's a little bit too small for this Rancor, so this is a little bit of a touchy subject there, but pretty nice to still have that. Everybody, once again, the Rancor from 1996.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my rectangle.
So if you're a fan of Book of Boba Fett or collecting Jabba Palace stuff, this is probably the best option for this year. I think the positives are a very nice front of a throne room scene and a few other classic Jabba Palace set details. Again, I mainly jumped on this build because I like to collect a lot of the Tatooine structure pieces. I think they're all going to form together pretty well. I could add this over to the side of Mos Eisley and have some fun. With 732 pieces, runs approximately $100, and with pretty good scale structure and with a good amount of minifigures, it's a pretty good value. I think it's when more Book of Boba Fett sets are released and Mandalorian sets, you should be able to build a pretty good Star Wars world of this theme.
Alright, Boba, the twins are back in town. And we want our throne room. You better be thinking twice of taking our territory.
Ugh, there goes season 2. Ugh. So that's the throne room of Boba Fett. Not too bad of a build. I think overall I enjoyed the day of construction of the Palace of Once Was Jabba. If you liked today's video, please give us a squike, a squirrelibe, and a squammet. What is your most favorite interesting part of Boba Fett's throne room? Don't forget to check out Squirrel Stampede gaming channel. Every once in a while we're gaming something pretty cool, so I always want to remind that. Thank you so much for watching. That's what I have to say about that.